Little guy has grown a little bit since I've seen him. But it probably has been 2 months. And looky there. Oh, let's see. I understand he's had some fun this winter. The snow gets piled up and the electric fence goes out. He goes visiting, but he knows his way home now. So just something we have to watch with this little guy. Sometimes you come out and you find footprints, and I'm just trying to check where he is. And we could have brought out a bunch of toys and a bunch of other stuff, but I think we'll find out we're all right here where we are. Wouldn't hurt for him to wear a raincoat and a couple other things that. But we did manage to take him over to the park one day. There was so much ice, and it was just when this virus was getting started, and there were people walking around, and he got to go for a trailer ride by himself. We're going to work on it to where CJ's comfortable taking him in the trailer by herself, but we've got some catching up to do, so we're not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to see if we can just switch some equipment out. But we don't want our halter to walk off, so we might just tie it on the fence here. If we put that over there, chances are we'll hang it out there if I was riding. Of course, we won't be riding him. But CJ, since I've seen you last, look what I found. This is one of the things that's helped Pam more than anything, is this rope right here. See here? Now just get to where you might be able to hit the fence with it. Now that you can hit the fence, I don't know if this might snag it, so I won't aim at that one. But I'll see if I can aim a foot to my right of it. Now I'm going to go a foot to the left. Now I'm going to switch hands. We can stop this one. We can go there. Now, see here, we'll see if he can say, this is starting to concern me. Now, when he goes, we stop swinging. When he stops, we start swinging. Right? I don't care if he visits you, because it's just another distraction. Now, we'll see if he can get by you this time without, oh, he says, no, I like her. But it's just like eating in class. There, that's a good deal. That's a pretty good deal. See here? Now we can take the same thing. Well, it's all right. He thought he had to leave. That's a pretty good deal. Now, he says, well, I didn't have a halter to stop me. There. Let me see if I can walk down that side. Now, notice, maybe the camera can't see that, but we'll see if we can get turned around where I can walk down. I'll extend my arm and expect to walk down. Now, if I come out here and have my arm out here, I would suggest he leaves. Just a suggestion. Now I'm going to suggest he go on. See? There's a magnet over there in the fence. It just says he likes her. He says, oh, now what would you like me to do? Now I would like you to see if you can stay here. There. This is not saying leave. This is saying, oh, let me rub the rope on you. Yeah. Now, I'm not asking you to leave, but maybe this side's triggered a little bit different. There. See? Body language and intent is what we're talking about here. Body language, my shoulders are down, my attitude's off. But now, if I focus out there, point out there, stimulate here, then allow him to go, pretty soon he will decide, oh, that's hang out sign, and that's a please go over there sign. There. Now if I put the rope over there, no, you can't get your own rope. There. What this means is you don't have to have a fancy $97 halter or a $52 lead rope. You grab what you've got. This is just something that was laying around the house the other day. It's probably a set of reins I made 15 or 20 years ago and decided there's other ways of doing things. But why throw away a good piece of rope? Now, he's not too worried about things around his feet. And if one of his trips that he decides to go somewhere and he decides to crawl through the fence, but something snags his foot, chances are he'll be standing there when we come out. You hear him holler and say, "Hey, I'm getting kind of thirsty. I'm getting a little hungry. What can we do about that?" Might want to pick that foot up. Might want to take it for a walk. There's lots of things we might want to do. Remember, we haven't seen him for a couple of months. So there's lots of things we need to review. Another thing we might do, we might have to go out and catch him. Maybe all we've got is a belt, but I very seldom wear a belt anymore, but I started the other day. There's reasons for suspenders when you're old and you got extra things to do. So, okay. Now I don't know if this is long enough. We'll find out if it is. Oh, I think it is. Looky there. Shucky darn. We could go here. Come around here. I got to learn how to tie a knot. Well, got a little mind for it right now. It'll come back. It's funny how you tie knots for years and then all of a sudden you get upside down and they don't work. Sometimes a long winter will do that. Now looky there. Now we might find something here. I bet this is kind of big for you, so let's just start making it a little smaller before we even get to you. Hopefully it'll go small enough. If it don't, well, we'll just take a walk, kiss a duck, or do what we've got to do. Wait a minute, you can't get in there by yourself. That's curiosity taking over. Now we push this up a little bit because it's way down there. Push this side up. Little guy just likes to help with everything we do. I don't know if it's going to go small enough, little guy. Oh yeah. Yeah, just barely small enough. Just barely. But now look what we've got. Looks like we could maybe make that a little smaller. Or not. We'll have to take a look here. It's what happens when you bring big kids' toys to little kids' toy box. Yeah, I think we're going to make it. Yep, we made it. Now if we can just get it buckled up again, we have so much help here. Yeah. He says, yep, it's been a little bit too long. But I'm happy to be here. Now, I've mentioned it before. I don't know if the sound was on or if we even had sound back in those days. But if you're interested in what I'm doing, you might tune in the internet and look up the Disciplined Ride. You'll see a lot of similarities. A lot of stuff I figured out on my own. But then again, it's kind of nice to find out that these ideas are out there like airwaves, and somebody else found similar things. This might be a little bit long for some. But look what we can do here. Well,
Dennis,
he's what?
chewing on that strap.
Oh well, I know a guy that's got a lot of leather, and if we have to, we'll put a new one on it. See, pretty soon we'll get him going. He'll have something else to think about, and I think the leather's taking care of itself. This happens to be a rope or a line. I guess it's a rope if a cowboy uses it. It's a line if a sailor uses it. My son-in-law and daughter had a boat once, and I made them this line, and just laying around, and I rescued it so they wouldn't let their dogs chew it up because they haven't used their boat for 7 or 8 years. So we might decide it's a little long for what I want, but in the meantime, we'll use it for this guy. Because I don't know if you know where this is going, but he's not too concerned about ropes and things. I don't know if he's stepping on it or what, but it seems to be caught on something. What's it caught on? It just tangled it. He just got it tangled in his mane. Yeah, that says, oh, that could probably stand to have a brush used on it. Somebody tied a knot in this end. Yeah. Let's see what happens if we might have way more rope than what we need, way more, but in the meantime, we just hook that on there like that. We'll put this side over there like that. Oh, he's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Now, don't run off. We're not done yet. Now, I bet if we run that through the other direction, it'd work out a little better. So, sometimes you have an idea. Sometimes it takes a little thought to make that idea work a little better. There. Now, we might have us quite a deal here. I think we got plenty of rope. Now he's got other things dangling around him, something to think about. He says, make up your mind. It's all right. This is why we're not pulling on his mouth with the bridle, because he's got to figure some things out. And it might look kind of bad in the camera, but hey, chances are he's shaking his head at all those extra dangles going on around him. And all I can say is, get over it. I got a pocket knife, we can cut the rope, but why waste all that rope when we can learn how to get handy? We can pull that up to where it's a little unhandy to step at. We don't know if that's attitude or if he's just playing. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We just tangle on. Go on. There, I got that hip to move over there. I got this hip to move over there. See? We got a lot of time to learn how to do a lot of things. But if I can get that hip to stand over, step over, instead of just standing around telling stories about how terrible a situation the world and the economy and everything else is, you know, I think this virus that's going on, yep, it's killed a lot of people. But I bet some other people have had time to reflect on how lucky we are to live in this world. How maybe I should have been more careful about spending all my savings, because I figured, well, I just get up and go to work tomorrow. Well, I'm lucky enough that when I go to work, like today, it's play. Oh, now what are we going to do? We've got that under a back leg. Oh, well, we'll just have to take a chance. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. I bet pretty quick we can start over. But in the meantime, if you noticed, I'm puffing a little bit. So while I'm puffing and catching my breath, we'll just take a chance and see if we can sort it out. If we can't, we'll throw it all on the ground. Maybe we can get him to step up. If he can step up, we can get untangled. But in the meantime, you got to remember, this is a wild Mustang. Doesn't look very wild today, but for him having a month off or two, I'm pretty tickled. I'm pretty tickled. Yeah, we could make some adjustments in our rope now, because we found out the line is way too long. So again, we're not going to cut our rope. It's all right, we'll get there, but we're going to shorten them a bunch. Now, if we do it something like this, there, there's that thinking part again there, where you got to come back here. Wrong end. Okay, we'll make it. It just sometimes when you have to think on your feet, you just have to think on your feet. I hope everybody's starting to get the feeling that it's time to go out and ride their horse and get the important things sorted back out. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got that one. Okay. That one just happened lucky, has a snap on it. So it can go over there. Don't run off. I'm old. Yeah, not wore out, just old. Yeah. It's amazing. Oh, would you move your foot, please? You know, this time off, has been good for a lot of things because I've been able to stay home and play with my own horses and mules, by the way. Let's see if we can walk out of that. And we got caught up on a lot of things. Come on. Move on. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it. Oh boy. Now, see, sometimes all your good intentions just gives lots of things. See, a lot of horses would be in a big pickle if they found themselves like this. And because of what he's been exposed to, he's not overly concerned about any of it. Now, if I can find the right rope to pull, or the right foot to lift, step over here. There. Now, if you can pick that foot up, thank you, thank you, thank you. We might have to just start over. Maybe we'll put that up there, see if that fits. We're going to get going here again. We're going to have a lot of things working for us. There. Now, you managed to step on, but you got off of that one. That one got stuck. It's all right. Now, if we throw that over there, if I come over here, what a tangle. Yeah. Now, some people think this is terrible, but this gives me an idea how this horse would react. Notice I said react if this stuff hit the fan when we're riding someday. He'd say, oh, well, it's just that clumsy Dennis fumbling around. Oh, looky there, that's a whole lot better. Now, let's just see if we can walk on. Good boy. Now, if you're not sure of your horse, you might want that rope to be a little longer because you don't want to get up in the kick zone. But wait, looky here. Looky here. Shucky darn. Now maybe he had a little time to think about that. Come on, walk on. Now, while we're walking, if you notice, I'm putting a little tension in the line. Now, we're going to allow that side to get a little bit longer. Now we'll let this one coast. Now I'd like him to get out a little closer to the fence. So we just closed the fingers on the outside line. See there? He's so concerned he can still say, oh, I better check out that halter. See if it still fits. CJ, I made a big mistake. I got too far away from my water. It's in the front seat of the car if you can find it. I didn't expect all this nice Wyoming sunshine. We try not to have any big wrecks or anything too exciting, but the film's on, so if you miss something, you can look at it later. We make lots of turns. Get your head up, by the way, and sometimes we just turn, circle, and go right back the same direction. We don't always want to be predictable. One left, one right, one left, one right. Two lefts, two right. No, we're not in a marching band. It's left, front, left, front. There we go. Here we go. Now, to turn him, I just want to turn. I don't want his neck doubled around. I want to see the eye on that side. There, the rope got a little long and almost tripped me. But just bumble on. Now, I can say, whoa. And I can whoa. And I didn't mean to say it a second time. I'm just going to hold on. There. And wait it out. We're not going to get all excited. I'm not going to say it a whole bunch of times. But now he's in a position. I'm going to ask the left front foot to take a step back. He's looking for the answer. He's looking for the answer. It's not down there. But I got an itch there. Got an itch there. There came the right rear. The left front should come next. We just hold and let him figure it out. There. And release. Oh, looky there. Now, I bet he thinks about that a little bit. Looks like the left rear should come. There's the left rear, right front. Excuse me, I'm backwards. It's right rear, left front there. Now, because he had that big struggle, he's figured it out. Now he's kind of sucking his thumb, and he's got a hold of the leather. And sometimes when they accomplish that big thing like that, that's a good time to quit. Now, it's been a while since we played with the rope, but maybe while we play it, I can get it untangled. We'd probably get there faster if I just let him stop and watch. Because I don't know if I'm putting more tangles in or getting them out. I think we're starting to gain on it. But see here, no matter what I'm doing, he's kind of keeping his attention. Because he says, I don't know what that guy with the hat's going to do any time. Because I could almost get that untangled. This is not necessarily a good place to edit the film, if anybody's listening, because it just says that ropes are ropes. And it's what they happen. Even if you played with ropes for a long time, or if you just started yesterday like some of us, doesn't matter. We get untangled. But see, I'm sure it didn't come out of the can that way. Hold on to that. Oh, that's part of the problem. This end is under the log where it won't cooperate. Now, let's see what we have. Now, let's see what we have. Put the that over there. Put your finger in here. Oh, looked good on paper, didn't it? Now that we're sort of untangled, before you throw your rope, check your tangles. So I send that around there, that around there. In the meantime, I might come up here and suggest that you leave. Now, there. If you notice, have about half the coils. That way, if I need to throw my rope, I still have half the coils if I don't get the job done. Yeah, it takes a while to get sorted out, but in the meantime, I just got a shot with my rope with my left hand. The handier we can get with our offhand, now look what happens. I got a chance here for the right hand. This is all part of training. I didn't expect that. I expected, but because things happen, oh well, he's young. And I bet next time I put a rope out in front of him, he says, maybe I better go the other way. Get half the coils again. There. Now watch over here. So. Now, I like to teach my horses how to count to 3. 1, 2, but he said I left. But if I hadn't gone, let's see if he can find a place to stop. Now if I go over here, push this, got to get over there. He says, oh, so we've got more variety if we need it. See how that looked and sounded pretty bad. But he hadn't made that mistake again. See what? You have to go as soft as possible, but go as firm as necessary. Now, there, if I wave a little faster, his feet should go a little faster. Now, if I exhale, did you notice while I exhaled, I got smaller? Now if I get prepared to go somewhere, or if even I say that's far enough, my shoulders got a little bigger. Now I'm going to suggest that he back up a little bit. There. See the advantage of having rope on both sides? He said, well, that door's blocked. That door's blocked. Maybe I better try the back door. Now, if I come in here, get little, we just hang for a while. Oh, that's what happens. Yeah. Yeah. See, the horse has this. The people don't have this. This is why, yeah, we want to increase people's observation powers. People watch all day. But watch is what you do when you're looking at television at night. Because what you're watching for is the next commercial to come on so you can run to the refrigerator. Oh, that might work. Oh, looks like we've caught a horse. All these things, stuff happens. So, oh my God, it's around his feet. But there's no knot on the end. It can't catch the fence as it goes by. I might be riding him way up in the hills up there someday. Maybe something drops off. Well, I hope he stops and tells me you lost something. But I don't want him to buck me off because he got scared. I may be slow, but I can get ahead of you. Sometimes we have to wait. You got trucks going in three different directions. So sometimes you just have to, hey. Horses do that. They look at things. That's how they've survived for years and years. I don't want his attention on me so bad that he lets the Indians sneak up on us. Yeah, it was a pretty squaw, but I didn't see her husband with a big knife standing behind her. So we got to be aware of what's going on. Yeah, you gonna go for a walk? CJ, I'm tickled with him. He looks good. He don't look near as fat. He was way too fat before winter come in. But I think he probably needed that because our winter was bad enough, but I think yours was worse. Oh, yeah. See? But he looks good. I think that's enough for him.